Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Wednesday night. There is major news on those booster shots, those third shots. The FDA releasing Pfizer's findings, Moderna releasing new results too, and Dr. Jha is here in a moment. But we begin tonight with that searing testimony from four of the best-known gymnasts here in the U.S. They talked about the abuse they suffered at the hands of their team doctor, Larry Nassar. Their testimony today largely focused on the failure of the FBI to take their claims seriously. They say it went on for years and that it allowed more than 100 more gymnasts to fall victim to Dr. Nassar. Today, Simone Biles, Michaela Maroney, Maggie Nichols, and Aly Raisman appearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Maggie Nichols, the first national team athlete to report Nassar's abuse more than 6 years ago. Simone Biles describing what she and so many athletes endured, and she said of the FBI, quote, "We have been failed." The painful testimony from Michaela Maroney describing Dr. Nassar's abuse. She says it began when she was just 13. And she describes what happened in the phone call with the FBI agent. And Aly Raisman, who said she was told to keep her reports confidential and not to tell anyone. The current FBI Director, Christopher Wray, apologizing to the young women, saying, "I am deeply and profoundly sorry to each and every one of you." Tonight, their painful descriptions of what happened, and we warn you, this is difficult. And they describe those calls with the FBI, the silence at the other end of the line. ABC's congressional correspondent Rachel Scott leading us off from Capitol Hill.
Tonight, four of the greatest athletes in the history of American gymnastics demanding justice, telling Congress they were betrayed by the FBI agents assigned to investigate their allegations of sexual abuse by team doctor Larry Nassar.
I don't want another young gymnast, Olympic athlete, or any individual to experience the horror that I and hundreds of others have endured before, during, and continuing to this day in the wake of the Larry Nassar abuse. To be clear,
Take your time.
To be clear, I blame Larry Nassar, and I also blame an entire system that enabled and perpetrated his abuse.
Gold medalist Aly Raisman accusing the FBI of lying and dragging its feet for more than a year.
It took over 14 months for the FBI to contact me, despite my many requests to be interviewed by them. Nassar found more than 100 new victims to molest. It was like serving innocent children up to a pedophile on a silver platter.
Her teammate Michaela Maroney describes telling FBI agents how Nassar started abusing her when she was just 13.
I then told the FBI about Tokyo, the day he gave me a sleeping pill for the plane ride, to then work on me later that night. That evening, I was naked, completely alone, with him on top of me, molesting me for hours. I began crying at the memory over the phone, and there was just dead silence. I was so shocked at the agent's silence and disregard for my trauma. After that minute of silence, he asked, "Is that all?" Those words in itself was one of the worst moments of this entire process for me.
Maroney accusing the FBI of covering up her claims to protect Nassar.
I thought, given the severity of this situation, that they would act quickly for the sake of protecting other girls. But instead, it took them 14 months to report anything when Larry Nassar, in my opinion, should have been in jail that day.
Nassar will likely spend the rest of his life in prison. One of the FBI agents on the case has retired. The other one recently fired. Today, Director Christopher Wray personally apologizing to the women.
I'm deeply and profoundly sorry to each and every one of you. I'm sorry that so many different people let you down over and over again. And I'm especially sorry that there were people at the FBI who had their own chance to stop this monster back in 2015 and failed.
Wray then making this pledge.
I and my entire senior leadership team are going to make damn sure everybody at the FBI remembers what happened here in heartbreaking detail.
Very moving and painful testimony. And Rachel, we heard that apology right there. But these brave women who testified today say they want more than just an apology.
That's right, David. They want those FBI agents to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Allie Raisman said how the FBI has handled the situation has severely impacted her recovery, that she still has PTSD. I talked to her just moments before she left the Capitol today. She told me she was exhausted and that her and her teammates deserve more than words. They deserve action. David?
Courage on Capitol Hill today. Rachel Scott, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.